So I guess the context is I joined Coty during a period where that organization was going through a lot of structural change. And in the 2 years that I had a Coty email address, we had a number of CEOs, and then also we managed the sale of our business out of the Coty portfolio and into a standalone private company that's primarily backed by the private equity firm KKR, but we are a standalone private company. When I joined Coty, I was responsible for the digital transformation of their salon channel business. So really the more B2B channel of their business. So brands like Wella Professionals, which is now the namesake of our company, the Wella Company, brands like OPI, GHD, Nioxin, et cetera. And those brands had the majority of their distribution physically through salons, almost like a back bar type of approach in salons, OTC approach in salons. And I joined really for a couple of reasons. One, which I won't go into too much detail, but the people were fantastic. And that's really important for me in where I work, is being able to work with really great people who help, to your point earlier, Don, like help make you better every day. And the other reason was that the salon channel in the broader scheme of beauty was one of the channels that had not really been disrupted by e-commerce yet. It had not really been disrupted by direct-to-consumer brands yet. If you think about makeup and skincare, brands like Drunk Elephant, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Fenty Beauty, et cetera, they really, blew up the paradigm for the makeup business and for the skincare business. And there were a number of years, I forget the skincare numbers, but for the makeup numbers, the total market was growing around 2%, but the indie brands were growing around 9%. And the total market is primarily, a Maybelline, L'Oreal Paris, CoverGirl. You're talking about a very significant portion of a multi-billion-dollar market. So for them to be growing a couple of percentage points and the indie brands overall growing around 9 percentage points, you can tell that the long tail is really driving the market. And that wasn't happening in the professional space, because the salon almost acted like a barrier, like Hadrian's Wall, so to speak, to that kind of disruption. Because the brands were reticent to put the products on e-com, because the salons like the exclusivity. They want to be able to sell something exclusively to their customers. So I saw it a bit of an opportunity of, rather than getting hit by the wave of disruption, that you can plan for and ride the wave of disruption. And that's really why I decided to join. And the role at the time, the remit was really the end-to-end transformation of the business. So defining the e-com strategy, defining the capabilities, both from a personnel and staffing perspective, but then also from a technology and solutions perspective, to help drive that transformation, and then set clear goals for what percentage of the business should be transacted online, how that should impact the overall spine of the P&L, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I came in to do. And then, of course, during that 2 years, we had our divestiture and we had COVID. So, of course, everybody
Minor
has to
events.
adapt. Exactly. Yeah. Minor events. So, of course, we had to adapt what we did to be able to manage both of those huge events. So the role shifted a bit, but thankfully we were able to weather COVID quite well. The stat that I like to use there is that when we did some quantitative research during the first round of lockdowns in the spring of 2020, we asked consumers in the US, the UK, France, Germany, Spain, what are the top 2 or 3 things you want to do when you're able to go outside again? And in each of those countries, above seeing family, seeing relatives, seeing friends, women wanted to go back to the salon because they haven't had their hair done in months. So it's a universal truth. And, if you have a good hair day, you have a pretty good day. That's also a pretty universal truth across cultures. So the business was pretty resilient and was able to bounce back quite well. And now fast forwarding, we're doing well. We're very happy with our results. And then, of course, the other big thing is that we were able to finalize the sale to KKR. And that's also been personally an amazing learning experience, but also professionally super rewarding, because we're now able to, throw the shackles off, so to speak, and really focus on our business and be a pure player in that kind of professionally credentialed beauty space, and not have to worry about the ups and downs of other businesses within our portfolio. And then transitioning then my role now, I lead digital for the group. So I'm the global chief digital officer for the group. And that basically means that my team is responsible for defining the right customer and consumer experience, helping to bring that experience to life across different channels of distribution. So primarily e-com channels of distribution, and how are we activating all of that? And then what, again, are the capabilities necessary to deliver on that experience and channel activation? And that would be, again, technology capabilities, digital technology capabilities, but also, and this is very important for me, is making sure that our people are being given the right tools, the right skills, the right training to make sure that they're able to help kind of manage this transition from having a place where there's digital marketing or influencer marketing or this, to a place where we're just kind of marketing in the digital age. And that's what we're pushing ourselves towards right now.